Welcome back to the MHU football interview series. Today we're here with Lovelle Williams. How you feeling today, man?
Feeling good.
Awesome. So why don't you just tell us where you're from and what position you play?
From New Orleans. I moved to Atlanta around like 5th grade, and I play safety.
Awesome. So what led you to play into football? Did you play a bunch of sports when you were younger?
From when I can remember, I was playing football. Because my brother is a little bit older than me, he started playing before I even could. So I started playing. Like my earliest memories probably is playing football.
Yeah, just like out in the yard or like.
Nah, like 14.
Really? Yeah. Okay.
We were on the park. I'm talking I can remember learning my holes. I played quarterback when I was 6. I remember learning my holes at 6 years old.
Dang, that's crazy.
Yeah.
So what led you to playing safety specifically?
So I actually played D-line, offensive line and stuff, all the way up until I moved to Atlanta. When I moved to Atlanta, I realized all right, these guys are big down there, you know what I'm saying? So so then by defense, I wasn't big enough to be a linebacker, so I made them switch to safety freshman year.
And now you're just a tall safety, which is
it just worked out perfectly.
Yeah,
I wasn't even tall at the time either, so
Yeah, it ends up a pretty good advantage.
Yeah.
So at what point did you make kind of the conscious decision that college sports was a possibility and a part of your future?
So all through high school, I see guys getting D1 scholarships and all that. I want to play in college. That was my thing. And so, after my senior year, we lost in the semifinals right before the championship. So it was pretty sad. I didn't even know if I was going to play, to be honest. I was thinking about just going to school, but Coach Hillen hit me, and everything went from there. Basically, the guys told me I had a full ride here, and I came here.
Dang, that's awesome. So that's how you ended up at Marceau, was Coach Hillen hit you up?
Yeah, Coach Hillen. He hit up one of my coaches, the running back coach at my high school, and we got in touch that way.
Did you get to come visit before you came here?
Yeah, I got to visit.
What was your first impression when you – because it's a big change from Atlanta.
Yeah, my first impression was actually it was a good campus, because I came one time and it was snowing, and I was like, I just don't get to see snow a lot. In Atlanta it snows a little bit, but – I don't get to see snow a lot, and they were practicing in the snow and stuff. So I was like, that looks pretty fun, So
yeah, in Atlanta, the world stops if it snows.
It's over if it snows.
Fair enough. All right, so one of our favorite questions is you get here and school's going to be different, the game's going to be different. Did you ever have a oh crap moment on the field, whether it be in practice or a game, that it was different?
I will say, I don't think it's it was a oh crap moment, but where you are moment, basically. So when I came in, I knew that I wasn't ready to play yet from just practicing with the guys. I knew I wasn't ready to play yet. I didn't have the technique down. I just knew I wasn't ready to play yet. We had this receiver, CJ, my freshman. He used to do me every day at practice, you know what I'm saying? So just seeing that, I was like, all right, I know I'm not ready to play, but I could get better. And,
so you mentioned technique. Was it just to be able to keep up with the guys? Is it the pace, or is it literally just footwork and stuff like that?
So I would say conditioning wise, that of course, and here we run a little different technique than I did in high school. So that took some getting adjusted to, you know what I'm saying? And I think I got it down a little bit now, so it's way better now.
Was it just time that helped you get to that, or were there things you had to change in your own personal workouts?
Yeah, in my personal workouts, I had to stop doing the stuff I was doing in high school, because it doesn't translate to the field, because we don't do that at all here. So just sticking to Coach B's workouts and just lifting and getting faster and stuff.
And would you say playing against guys like CJ really prepared? Because he was a really good receiver.
Yeah,
Is that something that really helped you? So now you feel really comfortable against other teams?
Definitely. Because let's say I'll guard CJ in practice one day, and then I'm feeling good about myself now, because I know we got the best receiver in the sack. So you know what I'm saying. So if I could guard him, I guard anybody. So
yeah, okay, awesome way to look at it. All right, so do you have any type of pregame or postgame ritual that you do?
I gotta get some music going. Like pregame, I just gotta get some music going. I don't care if it's out loud in the headphones or something. I just have to have some music going just to get my heart pumping a little bit.
Okay. Is there a specific playlist you have? Do you put it on shuffle, certain songs?
Not a specific playlist, but I have probably listen to some gangster rap or something.
Okay.
Something that's really get me
get you in your own zone.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Is there a specific song that you have that hypes you up in that playlist? A lot of guys have one or two songs that it always comes back up.
I wouldn't say I got one or two. Maybe like Dreams and Nightmares by Meek Mill, or
I think that's like one of the most classic.
yeah. Well, that's just I just said that because that's like a classic.
Yeah,
you know?
it is.
I got some songs I listen to like almost every game, but a lot of people don't know them and stuff.
Okay,
So.
yeah, totally fair.
Yeah.
And is there a pre or post game meal that you have? Is there a lot of guys eat light because you guys play kind of early on Saturdays sometimes? But is there something you eat or try to get in your system?
No, I try not to. I try not to do that because you can't always control that. So
Yeah.
that's why I don't want to make that a habit.
Is there a favorite, like when you're on away games, favorite post game meal you guys get? Like sometimes it's Chick-fil-A or whatever. Is there anything you guys get that you're like, oh, that's the one?
After we played Barton, it was a local town. They had some burgers. It was burgers was hitting on the way back.
It was local food?
Yeah, it was
Oh,
local
that's
food.
awesome.
It was some local food. So
Yeah, that's always going to be the best. All right, so safety's kind of a unique position, right? Because often coverage over the top falls to you. So what's the most challenging thing about being put in those situations where it's, somebody's coming over the top and that's your responsibility?
Well, I'll say the most challenging thing is the mental hurdle of like, if I get beat, like, it's touchdown. After you get past that, it's really just sticking with the guy, making sure you keep eye contact on whoever you're guarding or whatever. And like, yeah, but I'll say it's definitely like if you get beat, if you get beat, it's touchdown. Right?
And so we talked a little bit with Monroe about this as well. Is it something that so once you get beat, he said you got to erase that. It's just like move on to the next play.
You got to.
What's the feeling maybe when you get a pick or you stop another big play after that? Like so sort of like a redemption moment.
Redemption, like. That feels good, but it all depends on the game. Like
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like if it's still in the game, you still don't want to get too high on that because then you come back get beat again. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right,
So,
yeah.
so it's all about like where you at in the game. Like if it's the end of the game and it's the last play, then like of course you could celebrate or something. But like, if it's the middle of the game, you kind of just want to all right, just every play is its own thing. You want to treat every play like a game, basically.
How do you feel as you get into the red zone and the field is shortened? Does it change how you mentally approach each play, or you're always in the same zone?
Well, at safety, like you have to make certain adjustments because, like, all right, so like we're on the 20 and they have the whole field to drive. I know that like deep routes could come, but if they're on the 10-yard line, they only could run so deep because the touchdown's right there, it's out of bounds. So you use that to your advantage, like out of bounds to your advantage and stuff. And, it's probably more run heavy, probably just generally, and But I wouldn't line up any differently or anything like that though. But
when your number gets called for any type of blitz situation, is that something you get excited for?
Yeah,
or is
absolutely. Coach hasn't called. We got one, but coach hasn't called it yet.
But if you get to, you're going to be mentally just
I'm ready.
psyched.
I'm ready right now.
Okay, that's awesome to hear. Do you have any goals for this fall? Give me both team and personal.
Personally, I just want to be the best player I could be for the team. You know what I'm saying? I just want to be the best I could be, and just see where that brings me at the end of the season. Team goals. We went to the SAC championship two years in a row now. Lost both times. We got to finish the job this year. That's the goal. That's all on my mind right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what do you feel like you're growing more and more into your role? Like you said, you've gotten way more used to it. What you need to do, how you can contribute. What do you feel like you bring the team specifically?
Just energy, like when we practicing or something. Like if I see everybody down, like I know I'm tired. Like I just try to go as hard as I can at all times. You know what I'm saying? Just because if I go as hard as I can, everybody does. I think we got the best in the SAC. So I think it's going to lead to good things.
Yeah, you guys are in an interesting position too because the defense is. I mean, you got a lot of guys coming back. What does that do for just chemistry and especially, all right, so like same corners mostly, same safeties and linebackers mostly. What does that do for chemistry?
Chemistry-wise, like compared to last spring, like it was a lot of learning the plays last spring and like a lot of like base things that's not actually like football. You know what I'm saying? It's more mental on the mental side, and like we kind of don't have to do as much of that because everybody was here last year. So like we all know the plays and we all like know the coverages, so they can add in new things during the spring. So it's just kind of getting a head start.
Sure. Yeah. One of the things that I love about watching the DBs and the receivers in practices, you guys really hype up your own a lot.
Yeah, gotcha.
What how much? Because it's funny because you guys are talking against each other when it's just the DBs, and as soon as the receivers show up, it's like DBs against receiver mentality.
Yeah.
Is that just built on time together? Or?
Yeah, that's just built on chemistry. And, you want to see guys win. You know what I'm saying? Like, so when a younger guy goes, like a younger DB goes, like I'm talking trash to every receiver he's going against.
Yeah.
Like I want him to do good. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah, absolutely. What's your major?
I'm majoring in art.
Art.
Yeah.
What kind of? What's your focus?
It's gonna be like graphics and art. I want to eventually be an architect. So
You want to be an architect?
Yeah,
Oh, that's really
so,
cool.
yeah.
Do you know what kind of stuff you're like? You like to look at designs, obviously, if you want to be an architect. But what type of stuff you'd like to design?
I want to design like houses and like buildings like this, like field houses and stuff like that. Like, you know.
Dang, that's really cool. That's a really awesome plan. Are you planning to move back to Georgia to do that, or you got any plans for that?
I don't know exactly where I want to live yet. I probably will move back to Georgia when I first graduate, though.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
I don't know where I want to live yet.
Fair enough. Is there anywhere that you want to visit after college, somewhere you haven't been before, or somewhere you've been you really liked?
Yeah, I want to go to Jamaica.
Oh,
that's my
that's a good one.
short term, like get out the country thing, and like when I get some real money, I want to go to Japan and see how that looks.
Those are both really good ones. Yeah. Okay. So now we're just going to ask you some kind of random questions. Let the audience get to know you a little bit more. All right. Go-to sandwich toppings.
Ooh, that's a hard one. I'll go. I'm not a big. So like, what type of sandwich? Like a sub?
Right.
Like,
Yeah. Sure. Like anything. Like if you go on a Subway, if you're making it at home, anything. Because it could be peanut butter and jelly. It could be a chicken bacon ranch.
Well, yeah. If we're gonna do that, then probably peanut butter and jelly though, because that's my favorite like sandwich.
Yeah. Do you do grape or you do strawberry jelly? Because that's like the big.
I do grape because my mom likes grape.
Oh,
so-
okay.
so,
Okay, that's fair.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's not strawberry.
That's how she made them, right?
Yeah,
So it's like you
that's-
got to eat them
yeah,
like that. Yeah. Movie that makes you cry.
That makes me cry.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say make me cry, but made me think about crying. The Maze Runner. I just watched it again.
The Maze Runner?
I just watched it again. It's just a really good movie.
That is a good movie.
It's
Yeah.
a good movie.
Okay. Thing you want to try the most, like skydiving or bungee jumping?
Well, I was having this conversation with my friends, and we came down with the skydiver because that's just you jumping out of a plane like that. That got to be fun.
Yeah. I think it's a really cool thing that people do, and it's funny how normal it is at this point.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
like, I'll just go jump out of a plane. Yeah. So you said you like graphic design and stuff. Is there any other like subjects or hobbies or things that you like keeping up with, like types of books or anything like that?
Yeah, with every sport basically. Like
Sure.
I'm into most sports, so like I've been watching NBA a lot lately since the playoffs.
In the playoffs
started.
right now?
Yeah.
Who you cheering for in the playoffs?
I'm not cheering for anybody, but I think Denver's gonna win though.
Okay.
That's just my thing.
I won't be mad if Denver wins.
I think they got it this year, but
So you're not a Hawks fan, or you just that series is already over in your head?
I just I never was a Hawks fan.
Okay.
Never.
All right, cool.
Yeah, so.
Any other hobbies or anything?
I go snowboarding every now and then, but that's rare. You has to have good snow and stuff. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? I'm not that good yet. So.
How did you get into that? When you moved up here? Or?
Actually, one of my friends brought me up here before I knew this. Like the college was here, and so we went to the mountain. It's like 20 minutes down the road. Like
Wolf Laurel?
yeah, Wolf Laurel.
Yeah,
But that was like my sophomore year of high school. I didn't even know Mars Hill was a thing. Like
Oh wow, that is a random one to come to. Too.
it was random. That's why it's so crazy. Like
That's really cool though. You got into it. Have you been since you've been here?
oh yeah.
Okay, that's really cool. Do you watch the snowboarding as well, like X Games and stuff like that?
Like I watch like the highlights and stuff.
Yeah, but not yeah. It's hard to keep up with some of that stuff. Do you have any shout outs before we let you go, man?
Shout out to my mom. I know she's gonna watch this one. Shout out to my mom.
Yeah, with grape jelly.
With grape
obviously.
jelly, grape
All right.
jelly, and all the love. And
Yeah. Thanks so much for joining us today, man.
No problem.
Thank you for watching this interview with the Marshall University football program. If you all enjoyed the content, make sure to like and subscribe for more.